Hey traders, welcome to the Thursday stream where super lackluster, where it was just this morning, right? Bitcoin hit a high of $24,936, which doesn't seem crazy, but and here it is because it was something special. At least we got one of the three targets achieved of the trade setup. That happened. You're reversing now after seemingly hitting that for a few minutes, and it must now we must start the stream with Jesus chimes. There it was, July 14th, false bearish breakdowns of consequences. It's now finally, dude, finally hit perfectly. It touched it and no higher, and now you're selling off with a little bit of 4-hour RSI bearish divergence, and really just disappointing. Can't stay above 24,181. 24,181 to 22,556 is a zone. It's a zone that is not actually recent. You have to go back to 2020. I could show you the one low that goes, December 2020, and then if you're talking about the top, look at that. I mean, don't you see it? 24,181, 24,2. It's the same thing, right? So you're range bound. You're stuck between this old level. So you're in purgatory right now. You can't really break it. You've been trying so hard, right? It's just you up thrusted and failed, and you're back in it now. So you make a decision on where we're going next, whether we're just going to stall out and break back above it, or if we're going to fall and test 22.5 again. I don't know, man. But that's, profit taking. People going to take profit at profit taking levels, maybe. Seems like it happened, and now we're at the lows of the day, and we'll probably keep selling off because it's power hour, and just somehow it's like almost certain now, right? Isn't that crazy? I mean, been doing this a long time. It didn't used to be like this. Like, it was like, yeah, sometimes jokingly we'd get some price action in the last 60 minutes of the day, but it's every day, isn't it? Like every day. So Asia's awake now. And, the daily is kind of a really disappointing candle where it was so good, right? The follow through. And then now, wow, turning somehow into like a massive shooting star. Scam. Mega scam. Yeah, that's certainly a scam candle. All right. Like where you're breaking resistance for real. You bullishly engulfed yesterday. The follow through, the positive Momo building. You were actually at one point today above 60 on the RSI. Yeah, that was real. It's moved. It's changed. All those things that were happening are now gone within, I don't know, an hour. About 1 hour, maybe hour and a half. That all changed. So, yeah, and that's the other thing that's like scam. Right, the heart line that's been so respected. Well, you're back below it, right? So you just spent 1, 2, 3, now 4 days testing that level, breaking that level. But every time that time runs out, right, for the 24-hour candle, traders are settling up below the heart line. It's legit crazy, dude. You're not crazy. That's crazy price action. That's good respect, but dang, man, that's trash, dude. Super trash. So just reporting what's happening, trying to recover from I guess COVID. I think I'm been really sick, still extremely fatigued, man. I've been quarantined. I've been staying away from everybody since I got back from Biloxi, and just trying to recover, man. So just if you can be patient with me, I'd really appreciate it. Okay. Disappointing performance from our largest crypto in the world, but it's not just Bitcoin. Bitcoin drives all the others. So you can imagine the disappointment the others are going to be given, right? So let's thumbnail. Let's look at Ethereum. That is so much better. It's way better than Bitcoin. It's like, hey, superior asset technically for a while now. At least since it bottomed out, right? And hey, if you're above 1730 for real, probably 1972, if not 1950, well, you got to 1946. right? Because there was that one high, if not 1972, then fine 1950. Okay, you're about $4 off of that before Bitcoin started pulling back. Dude, this one's crazy good. Look how it's like above 60. It's like regarding the bullish control zone as support on the RSI somehow, sitting at 67. So beautiful, not overbought. I mean, it's so much better than Bitcoin in all ways, you know, price and oscillators. But yeah, it's going to feel the effect of Bitcoin pulling back, but the Bitcoin pullback isn't really crazy. It's just legit. I think, hey man, people were really regarding that 50% retrace. Like they really were. From the previous high to the low, there's something called Dow's theory. And Dow's theory is when an asset, whichever way it goes, it will retrace 50% of the way before it reverses again. Well, that was the first target of the trade setup. That was it, dude. The 50%, Dow's theory. And that was 24,883 on this publication, 24,942, whichever way. You pretty much hit it. I mean, you know, you hit the target on this publication. So it's just, maybe people did that. Maybe people were like, okay, I'm going to finally, it's been a month, almost a month. Let me maybe take some profit finally. My God. So you're fine, really, I think, until you start breaking below the previous low of 22,863. I think when you start breaking that, then we're in trouble. I think you're in a lot of trouble when you start breaking your previous lows that were established the past few days. You're fine until then. It's just a pullback going to close. Stocks were pretty flat today, right? Let's, excuse me. Let's go to total. That again is just like, who cares?
I like turtles.
I guess. Today.
There's bears out here.
Yep. But I mean, who cares? It's fine until you fall below 1.06 trillion. Oh my God, you rallied and you didn't go straight, continue straight up. Everyone panic. No man, you go up, you go down. Look, you go down a little bit, you go up. Oh my God, you go up, you go down, right? I mean, it's price action fluctuating, okay? So no panicking. I mean, on this one, dude, you're above the heart line. Everything, all is well here. All is well in total. And again, until we start breaking below our previous discernible swing lows. And that's, you got a way to go. You got a long way to go before you start doing that, man. All right? So there's no reason to panic yet. There's never any time to panic, you know, unless you're going to a widespread panic concert. But, yeah, it's all about the levels. It's all about the previous discernible swing lows and the uptrend, and we're not even close. Bitcoin's not even close yet, okay? It would just be nice to close above $24,200 or so. So we could just break that last level, man. We could just break the December 2020 joke level. I mean, this is a joke. If you call this a resistance, it shouldn't be one, but it somehow is being regarded as one for a while now, you know? Crazy. Can't break it, dude. You see what happens if you break it, though? $28,800. Nothing makes sense. That's it, dude. If you were to break this level, you got to understand how close you are to another massive markup on Bitcoin, only based on price action, correlation to historical levels. Okay? That's how close you are. You were that close. You couldn't do it, man. You've been trying and trying and trying since the 20th of July. That's okay, though, right? I mean, you're not dead yet. That's what I'm saying. It's just, you're not going to have amazing green candles every day, dudes. This is a tough market. If you think this is an easy market, you're crazy. This is a normal churning market where we know the long-term trend is bearish and the bears can take control back whenever they want. Full control long-term, but mid-term, bulls have been in control undeniably, right? Because the higher highs, the higher lows. Yesterday's price action, it was the bearish engulfing into the bullish bamboozle. You just got one more level, dude. You got one more level till you could possibly get another 18 to 19% upside on Bitcoin. This might be where it is all over, dude. It could be all over here. Or you break it and you go up and you hit 2 and 3, right? The 618 and the 786, 28.8, 28.6 here, right? The next levels. Because historically, it's straight down, straight up. Okay. All right. We like totals. Let's go to BNB, that is down almost 2% today. Well. I mean, you know, if this was a level where a reaction would occur, yeah. If any level existed on the planet, right, on this chart, it'd be 330 to 350. Well, how many, you know, the 8th August, the 10th August, today, test. Mic check. Audio check. Binance resistance check. As you checked it before May 25th. You checked it before support February, January this year. How about September of last year? How about July of last year? How about for the first time ever February of last year? That's real. Super real. Very close to an 886 of the bearish bat. You're still below the hop. I mean, this is at anywhere between the 886 and the hop of the bat. Reactions, you're looking for them. You might be getting one soon. Okay, and it would only make common sense. That's it, right? Remember we were talking about yesterday? Certainly not areas to be taking fresh longs on BNB. That'd be crazy, right? Because where we are. All right, stream of coffee. I'm trying to stay awake, man. Super fatigued. I mean, BlackRock getting in the market. Good. I mean, that's great, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I think that it's so cool that BlackRock did that. What was it? Literally the day after Cathie Wood sold all her Coinbase stock for an abysmal loss, like a crazy loss, like you couldn't even fathom how bad the loss was. Was it the next day? Not like 2 days later, but the next day, you know? It was, yeah. So that's literally like the same thing that happened to Carl Icahn with Apple back in like 2013, 2014. You know, we were dumping, man. It wasn't going well. There was a split. And then Apple got to 96 bucks. Carl Icahn sold his entire position of Apple. And the next day, Warren Buffett bought all of it. And Apple never saw those prices again. So this is, I mean, they're playing games, man, out there. They're legit. Whales eating freaking whales, or, you know, colossal squids getting eaten by whales, whatever. Cathie Wood's a squid, chat. Colossal squid. Fish at the poker table, for sure. Yeah. Because she did that with Nvidia, too. She sold Nvidia. Right here. This was Cathie Wood selling her Nvidia position. The date of March 8th. Right there. It was the false bearish breakdowns have consequences, don't they? Because that was a true technical bearish breakdown. But she sold without waiting for follow-through price action from bears. It never came. And that is when Nvidia went to all-time highs. And she lost out on how much from selling right there on that day? She lost out on 200% gains. You can't make this up. This happened, dude. And she just did it with Coinbase. It's crazy, dude. These people own her. Like, Wall Street's destroying Cathie Woods. Okay. So anyway, let's go to, well, XRP now. Down 0.55%. You know, it's fine. You know, it's just no one's buying it. No one's selling it right now either, which is great. But you'd think at this point, after a breakout and a back test of the breakout, that's confirmation, man. It's time to go, and it's not going.
Can we look at Meta?
What's up, Todd? Thanks for 15, man. Yeah, sure. We'll look at Zuckerberg's stock, man. Sure thing. All right, so after this, normally this, but not enough demand on the asset yet. It could happen. I mean, it could be one, like someone, I'm just saying, right? If someone was trading it, they'd be long right now. They wouldn't have exited. They'd be still long on this off the 32.5 cent back test and the, you know, wedge breakout back test. They'd be long. They'd be waiting patiently to take profit. But my God, dude, it's like Bitcoin just took almost a month to hit its first profit taking level. And this one's still 18% off what will be considered probably the first profit taking level if you were taking along at 32.5 cents on that back test. So Where are the bids, man? They're just not here for XRP. I hope they come, dude. I really do. Because it's a great setup. Just underperformer. As is tradition. Speaking of underperformers, Cardano. Here's my issue, man. I mean, dude, if it can break 53.5 cents, 53.4 cents, we're golden. This is still a valid idea, too, by the way. Still a valid potential deep crab. But until we break this resistance, let's not even worry about it. You've gone the sell wall, right? The supply that exists at 54.9 cents. There's still supply there. You can tell. You can see it, right? Because the price is not breaching that level. So still too much supply. So buyers are somewhat relenting. And the sell-off is occurring. Unfortunately, you're falling back below this local high from June 12th that has been very, very, very well respected. You're back below that, just like Bitcoin's back below 24,200 or so. Yikes, man. So, but I mean, still, you can see the structural development is nice. It's a classic accumulation with the sell wall. And if you can just make a higher low, wherever you're going, man, just make another higher low and all will be fine for, you know, a pivot to occur, more market participants owning the asset, then you test it again, and eventually absorption of remaining supply is complete, and then a massive break to 61 cents. None of that's happened. If there's never enough demand, this is where it could roll over and fall, break the demand line and come on down to 47 cents, and the whole idea is dead, right? Yeah, that's your Cardano, man. Another massive disappointment. You know, good old Larry Sellers chart. Wow. You're killing your father, Larry. So, well, you know what, man? Let's just run to Ethereum Classic because it's been a star, man. It's been crazy good. This is awesome. I mean, it pumped like this. It pumped once more, but couldn't take out its highs from July 29th. It couldn't do it, man. And this is a big, big level. You go to the daily, you can see it. Hasn't broken out. In fact, it's just running up to retest, and that's it so far. Just made an 886. You could almost call this a bat, bearish bat for now. How about that? How about your textbook bearish bat right there? Completed, and the reaction is occurring as we speak. Oh, okay. Oh, like a brown bat.
Spike. Support the stream. Peace.
What's up, Dow Jones? Thanks for the 5, man. Appreciate it. Here's your bearish bat reacting at the reaction area. I can't believe it, right? Isn't that crazy? So it looks like a bearish golden candle will be confirmed in 34 minutes if all stayed the same. This is a level where you really, an area of inflection where you're completing a harmonic. It's only on the 4 hour. The daily, I don't think you can really tell. Yeah, I don't think you're in any kind of trouble. I mean, the daily doesn't look, it's going to be the highest daily candle close since April 7th in 33 minutes. That's awesome. So let's see how this very small, insignificant harmonic performs on an asset that's been outperforming most of the entire market. Now you got to be really careful here because there's a little bit more upside till a massive harmonic completes, right? And that'd be a shark. You hit a 786 pretty much on the 29th of July, but the 886 is 49.63. You know, you just always got to be careful here, man. These are not lower risk areas, right? These are higher risk areas. When you're in a downtrend and then you make a full reset and you hit an 886 like that, yeah, you could go up to like $49. But remember, the trend is prevailing and it's lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. It could do it again, man. All right. So, but for now, still haven't quite completed. But yeah, just looking at it because it's on the thumbnail, because it's killing it. It's doing things up 10% today. It was up even more earlier, 15% roughly. Nothing else is doing what this asset's doing. So there you go. Crypto news, man. We did it. Sorry, man. I'm trying to collect my thoughts right now. It's tough over here. Oh, okay. So we ETC'd it, and we will now sol it. We'll sol it because it's a crypto that's larger market cap that actually is up 0.26% today. What? I can't believe this news. Still on that channel, but really it's stalling out here, isn't it? My God, don't tell me that's a bearish Garley. No way. Oh my God, it is. Don't tell me this would perform well, right? I mean, while it's midterm uptrending, dang man, that's kind of really disappointing, isn't it? 786. Yikes, man. I hope this fails miserably, but dang, dude, it's pretty real. It's a little off on B, but got some storms going on over here. So yeah, you're making the higher lows, but now you're falling, getting close to breaking that 4270 area. You don't really want to be messing with SOL below 4270 because it could eventually see 3737. That's almost always what it does. So, and just like on Bitcoin on the 4 hour, you got a little RSI bearish divergence there too on SOL. So okay. Wow, DOT surpassed Doge finally. My God.
So is Apple going for an all-time high in a macro bear trend or not really in your opinion?
What's up, Rob? I don't think so. It could be going for a full reset. Maybe the entire S&P is going for full reset, but we can't say that till 4200, 4300 is broken. We're going to look at those. I just can't yet because we're just, remember what we do at the beginning of this stream is we always look at the larger market cap cryptos, total, some of the other, you know, Bitcoin dominance sometimes, you know, whatever. And then we go to the index funds and then commodities after that. So we will look, Rob, man. And I'll look at Apple in between the index funds because Apple is the S&P pretty much, dude. Same chart, man. Okay, so, you know, it was kind of doing nothing today after yesterday engulfing, making its way to 1040, 1060.
Senator's thanks. 0.00062603 BTC.
What's up, Anonymous? Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look at SINs. SENS. Thanks, dude. Yeah, we'll look. Okay. So, this one, man, DOT hadn't seen negative momentum, my God, since June 18th. How's that happen? 2 months. Such just trash price action, you know. So I would figure, like, you know, anyone that was trading it still long on it, right? They got in as close to $6.68, $7 as possible, and they're just letting it ride at 1040, 1060 to take profit, if not to exit. First profit taking level, then 13 bucks might be the second, or maybe the second might be at 12 bucks, 11.90. But you're just not there yet. You're just not at profit taking levels, just like XRP wouldn't be at profit taking levels yet. And that, you know, you could run out of time. Where Bitcoin just hit a profit taking level, it's been like 26 days, 27 days, finally hit take profit 1 of 3. Okay, well, these haven't yet. So you're just you're letting them ride, I guess, and waiting for targets. Just you know, tough for this thing to really go with Bitcoin doing what it did, where it did hit a, you know, big. Let's talk about Bitcoin's from peak today, from its high point to its low point today. This thing has lost 4.2% of its value, and again, in a good 12 hours or so.
Is that a joint?
4.2% swing from the high to now. So if you FOMO'd in at the top and you were the exit liquidity, you're now 4.24% on your money. Wow, FOMO, heck of a drug, right? So there's your DOT. Congratulations, DOT, for overtaking Dogecoin. First time in a very long, I don't even know if it's ever happened, man. You know, Doge is now below $10 billion market cap, and working on a shooting star. I mean, like a textbook shooting star. But really just having problems, man. Like, look at this supply. Dude, that's crazy. That's some rejection, isn't it? Chat, come on. You have a supply line here that you've had up thrusts through it, but you've just That's not what you're looking for. That's terrible price action at a supply line. You don't, one does not simply break like that and then reject. And you want to talk about shooting stars. Can anyone tell me this one? This is the shooting star to end all shooting stars right there. That is textbook. And where it is, God, that's really disappointing. It's really bearish right there. It's Doge, you know, it's in its own league right now. Ugh. That's fugly, dude. Once you type in shooting star bearish reversal and tell me that's not textbook and disgusting, but where it is so bad. Because it's like locally, one failed attempt to break out, then the second with the shooting star. Dude, come on. That is just bad. Of course, it's just going to follow the macro of Bitcoin, you know, makes a higher low than 22.8 eventually and rallies again. This will probably be fine, but dang, that's ugly, and that's the last place you want to see it. Get wrecked, Doge. Out of all of them, man. All right, AVX, and then we'll go to the index funds after this. Oh my, dude, chat, look at this. Wow. All right, we got something to talk about on AVX, and it's beautiful, okay? Beautiful in technical analysis regards, not for bulls. It's for bears. It's for everything we dream of and look at, and it's wonderful here, okay? Because we don't care about it being bullish or bearish. What we care about are bearish variables or bullish variables at key inflection points being respected. You telling me this is a beautiful channel, right? You're hitting the supply line. Man, you're also hitting. Wow. Right, you're hitting this swing low, candle low close from May 12th and 4 hour, right? And then look, you can tell it's been regarded as support, as resistance, right? And you're above that right now, which is great. But there's also this peak that you're not above, right? You're back below it. But I'm saying, all right, in the channel, you're considered overbought in the uptrend. This is a midterm uptrend, and the top trend line's a supply line, and we're hitting that, you're overbought. At the bottom, you're oversold in the uptrend. So one time, no one knows. The second time, maybe everyone knows. And you're showing on the second high, which is maybe technically considered converted. It's close enough to being Class B bearish divergence. Same high, lower levels on the oscillators. That implies a reversal to the downside. So you could imagine, right? One time, and then maybe the second time, right? A pullback needs to occur here. On AVAX, I wouldn't be surprised at all if with these variables, where it is in its trend, if it pulled back here, it would be the least surprising thing that would occur on AVX if we wake up tomorrow or the next few days and it's pulled back to see like $27 or lower, right? You can't be surprised with all these things happening right here, okay? Most aren't doing this, but this one is. This one's gross. All right, and that's the last one. We'll move on now to the S&P that, you know, what a day yesterday, but today it's a little hangover. Yet you had to do it, man, right? The gap had to fill. You had to gap up. You had to test 42.36. You know, it's the beginning of this massive zone. You can see the swing high from May of 2021, the swing low from July 2021, the swing low from January of 2022 this year, and now it's resistance again. And you know, you tested it on a gap up, you filled the gap, right? You filled it and you closed down 0.07%, but you've still broken the supply line. But just because you break a supply line it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean crap, right? You did make a higher high than the previous high. All right, so whenever we sell off, which it could very well be coming, right? You just went straight up, man. Okay, from July 14th. You went up 14.4% in 28 days, technically less than a month. Believe me, dude, you don't just keep going straight up always. If you're at a level like this, you just got to be paying attention. You know it's high risk for fresh long. If anything, this is a profit-taking level for anyone with a brain. Or they got in down here, right, on the dragon, the higher low, whatever, the confirmation lows, right? This is a level where people would be taking profit. You don't have to exit completely, but my God, one's not going to take a little off the table after their money's appreciated 14.4% on an index fund in less than a month. And you know, like, this is an area where inflection has occurred, where reversals have happened. not just down, but also up. So what the daily, people talking about the daily candle. Yeah, that's not a dark cloud cover. That is pretty much a morning shooting star, morning to shooting star, kind of a shooting star. That's close because the wick's not, you know, shooting star. I think you want the wick, you want the body to double itself. It's close. It doesn't look like a bullish candle at all to me. This is a this is a bearish looking candle to me. Where it is too is, I mean, you can see that market participants did what they could to breach a key level and they failed, and you sold off. So worst area ever to take a fresh long. That's all I can tell you, right? If we catch a reaction here and we pull back here, you can't be, this has to be the least surprising area ever for a pullback to occur, right? Just like AVAX, we just looked at that. That's like the least surprising area ever you could imagine for a pullback. If it keeps going, it's a little bit more surprising on AVAX like that. So Dow Jones, same thing, just kind of like crapped on the supply line, kind of crapped on the 886 of the, you know, the BAT, Gartley, and same type of ugly candle today, kind of a reversal candle. But hey man, whatever, this looked like a reversal candle too on the 8th and just gapped up. So, you know, you're a little bit better shape than the S&P because you're above 33,222, but you know, it's a zone, man. It's not just one level. Terrible area to be taking a fresh long. If anything, it's a profit taking level. Anytime you go up that much in that short period of time and you're at an inflection point and you know you're in a long-term downtrend, it might be a good profit taking level. I could also understand, man, how like we could see the Dow Jones eventually, you know, do this. If things get neurotic enough, 886, about 35K, 34.9. Can't be that spread. That'd be a full reset in a downtrend. Currently, we're sitting at, wow, we exceeded a 618. So you pretty much hit the 65, you're in the golden pocket of your previous side of low. So I wouldn't, I mean, I look at this and I'm like, okay, it's not really, I mean, it's been a great run, but not somewhere to be taking fresh longs at all. Protect yourself. And this is a downtrend. I don't, you don't have to believe me. Like, you can think, hey, we're in a bull trend. We're not in a bull trend. Things have to happen consecutively. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows on a daily time scale. That hasn't happened yet. Not really. Okay. Next one was the Nasdaq. Clearly at a level of inflection, $13,000. Hey man, if you break $12,000, where do you probably go? Oh, 13,000, because history tells us that. That's all it did it again. It's done it again, man. That's TA respected, right? It didn't look good here. It failed, but then it broke back. When it breaks that, I mean, you go to the stream from July 28th. Oh man, I wouldn't be that surprised if you saw 13K, because history tells us straight up, straight down, straight up. Now, and that's a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Bearish engulfing candle on the daily on the Nasdaq after testing the key inflection point. Not a joke. That's real life. That is real life. If you sold off from here and went to 12K, can't be surprised. A gap fill, if anything, 12,500. If it catches follow through, that's the gap fill. Gap fill target, 500 points down from where you are now. Well, not 500, a couple hundred points. It was from the high though, from 13K, it was 500 points. So, yeah. You gapped up, you opened at 12,939, you tested that resistance and you immediately rejected it for now. Maybe tomorrow get some favorable price action, but yeah. Whoa, dude, crazy lights.
Flame. Fire starter 15 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours took slow waiting for 15 minutes to retest.
PK, thanks for the words, dude. Yeah, thank you, dude. Much love. Let's look at the Russell 2000 that did, in fact, give us a textbook, undeniable shooting star of sorts. I mean, completely destroyed. I mean, the idea of that bearish harmonic failed miserably. I think it's invalid. It's super invalid. Doesn't mean, though, that you don't have, you know, something like what we talked about on Dow Jones or S&P happening, where it's just more so the interpretation of this kind of wave structure. And it's getting, my God, pretty close. I mean, the 886. You'd be like, you're gonna really like reverse here and not go to an 886, which would be a perfect bearish chart, massive bearish chart. It's kind of like if you're above 1926, I think 2000 makes the most sense, right? Because it's like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. You know, like that's all it's ever really done. So, I mean, and if it hits the 2066 and it's close to that 886, I mean, that makes the most sense to me on the Russell 2000, but it's just, the candle today is kind of like, that could be an abandoned baby. If you gap down tomorrow and open where the candle closed on the 10th, it'd be a textbook bearish abandoned baby. But for now, a shooting star candle, confirmed. How do you know? You confirm it. These Japanese candlesticks that are like one pattern, one candle, they're always confirmed, right? You get a second day, and it's like if we get a lower close than this candle's close tomorrow, then we can say it's confirmed shooting star reversal. But again, if we gap down and close lower with the gap, then it's a bearish abandoned baby reversal. It's crazy. But maybe you come to back test 1926, and then later we go to 2070 to, you know, complete the massive bearish shark sorts. Full reset going on. Yeah. All right. We're very close to touching that 200-day simple moving average. You're closer than any of the others. Index funds. Okay. So go to golds, where, you know, if you're still at this area, right? Certainly, you're at one of the most important levels in gold's history, at least the most relevant level, okay? From 2011, 2012, that's where if you didn't hold that level, you go down to $1,500, 100% chance based on history. But now this level that was created, manufactured in 2021 was tested and held again, and you price action, up, down, up, I'm sorry, down, up, down, up, down, up. But here's the problem. You are unable to break it. You haven't broken it yet. You could tomorrow. Green candle just comes in and you break it. But you can clearly see you're not trending upward. You're making lower highs, lower lows. You're just back testing this level as resistance, because market participants never back tested it July 5th. You just capitulated straight through it and went to the next level. So if the TA is respected, the hidden bearish divergence would just, it's implying right now that a continuation downward would be the next move on the daily, but see what happens, right? It hasn't occurred yet. The reversal or the continuation downward has not occurred, so may not. May start pumping tomorrow. This is a very key inflection point. You break this to the upside, my God, I mean, at least testing 1870, but then maybe 1900 after that. And then you have the 4 hour, you can see the channel here, which, my God, dude, you broke out of the channel. Broke the channel, but we know about this level here. You're stalling so much. You got to be really careful on this, man. On gold on the 4 hour. Oof. Mother of God. You want to talk about a rising wedge? Short opportunity on gold. Dude. Hidden bearish divergence on the daily. Lower highs, lower lows. Constantly. You're at that inflection point we just looked at on the daily, right? And you've got this going on, and then you've got this going on. Every time you make a high and a slightly higher high, it's just lower levels on the oscillators. That is implying a reversal to the downside on the 4-hour, a continuation of the downside on the daily. That's a lot of variables lining up, implying downside next. Even if it doesn't happen, you can't argue with that, right? I mean, we're looking at this stuff, and it's very... Look at triple bearish divergence on the MACD histogram on the 4-hour. I mean, that's there. You can't argue with that on gold. So if a reversal happens on gold soon, that would be the least surprising thing that would ever happen. If gold pulled back tomorrow in the coming days, you'd be like, oh yeah, that's TA being respected. If it broke upward, it'd be a little more surprising. Like, dang man, everything that was bearish, everything was signaling down next, and it went up. Whoa, that's kind of TA being really disrespected here, because this is there is tremendous amount of variables. I mean, enough so much where you could go short. One could go short on gold because there's enough variables implying downside here. Yup. Okay. 11 minutes till your daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, hit the like button, the bell, sub. Thanks for being here. Join the Discord if you haven't. That's where you get notified when I go live. YouTube will inevitably fail you. What if I'm live at 3 a.m. because there's a pump stream or dump stream? You'll never know. But if you're in the Discord, you will always know. Okay. Be on the lookout for downside on gold. Everything out. Daily and 4-hour, both screaming it. Silver, similar category. Or similar situation here. 2070 was tested as resistance. You are diverging on the 4-hour pretty bad on both oscillators. Very bad. Okay. I don't think you're getting much of a nice wedge like gold gave us. But yeah, one high, the second high, buyer exhaustion, and testing an inflection point. Right? Yeah. If gold's going down, silver's going down too. First target, 1982. Yep. Okay. Massive hidden bearish divergence developing, of course. Massive bearish engulfing candle confirmed yesterday, or it was today, but it's yesterday now. You get that. You failed to break resistance, and then you bearishly engulfed. That is, and then the 4 hours implying a reversal of the downside. The daily's implying a continuation of the downside. So that means the probability is you're going down next, not up on silver and gold. At least the next wave. It may not be a huge one, but it is implied down next on the metals. Okay. Let's just go to US oil. That what a day. Wow, it broke that resistance finally, didn't it? But you gotta love, man. You got to love when you were below 95 bucks, testing as resistance. Like, okay, 1272 minimum on the butterfly, and you've reacted beautifully there.
First time poster, always appreciate the TA breakdowns. Can you take a look at UNFI USD?
Yeah, what's up, Chris, man? Thank you so much for the contribution. We will look at that. All right, but what was the request? Brad, what was the request? Oh, thanks Montana M and Omar for joining the Patreon. Really appreciate y'all. Be sure to see on the Patreon and Discord. Much love. Thank y'all. So US oil back at 95 bucks. But until you break it $100 and then 105, you're still just making lower highs, lower lows. So you can break a supply line all day. But you've got to take out your previous highs, and then you got to sell off and make higher lows, and then you got to take out the next highs, higher lows, higher highs to reverse your trend. What a great area though for it to react, because that was the next target. That was the next level. If you couldn't hold 100, you were going to 87. You hit 87. The butterfly, dude, is all great, man. So maybe you come down for a type 2 return later, but that's your US oil. It's been on the up. You know, it's up from its bottom. It's up. It got up as high almost 10% in less than a week. Here's the big one. You got gasoline futures that really just having trouble Like the channel was so nice, and then it just started getting disrespected. Now it's like nothing. It doesn't really make sense at all. Like what if I adjust here for the new data? Would anything else make sense? That kind of makes sense. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, sometimes it's tough on these channels, man. You can't. They're not going to be perfect at all. Sometimes they are, though. Sometimes they're amazing. And you just trying to make sense of the downtrend you're in. You're still making lower highs, lower lows. You're showing pretty close to hidden bearish divergence on gasoline futures. I would think anything below 341 is eventually 250. But it's trying to hold on to these lows from April and March of this year. No edge really on the 4 hour. Let's go to natural gas. You know, as it hit that critical area from history once, then twice, and rallied. It broke the neckline, right? And we're discussing that neckline. If you break that, man, you know, you got 786, 886. You didn't quite get there. You might have a little more upside. You hit a 618 for reacting, but I think there's a little more upside, man. There's not much resistance up here. I mean, I guess there is. My God, man. Just you pick up a level, there's a peak, man. And this is what it's most recently done. May 6, 2022. It's hit that level and pulled back. So, but if it just keeps making higher highs, higher lows, it's making the same highs. Hopefully, it can just make another higher low, hit 980 again. If it breaks 980, it's gone, dude. It could very well be going to all-time highs. Fundamentally, I think that could happen because of the stuff going on in Europe and crazy energy policies. But they're raising interest rates because they're trying to destroy demand. Let's do coffee real quick. Revisit this. I haven't revisited it since I was getting sick and Biloxi. I mean, you gotta wonder, dude. Like, it's the trend's reversed. You're in a downtrend, but dang, dude, like the buyers keep defending this area, and you keep testing this massive resistance. If you break it, well, they're God, man. I mean, you could be running to test the next level, which is like 236. But for now, you're below it. No idea what to make of this. It's until you break 222 for real and hold it, you're still below the most important level on this chart, right? You're below that. Get above it, something could change, but for now, it's kind of like, yeah, coffee, and then my God, man, like orange juice, just unstoppable, dude. Orange juice going for an 886, but I guess some of these commodities just aren't done yet. Orange juice is not done. Maybe not. I mean, anytime it rolls over and makes a lower high for real than these highs, it will be confirmed over. But it's still going, man. It's still rallying. It's like unbelievable. Orange juice, man, of anything. This trend is not reversed. Not yet. Wow, unreal. Sugar that was done, but it's not about the breakdown. It's about the fall through. The fall through was reversed right back above the level and has now come to test 1856. And until it breaks above, you know, 20 bucks, 1960, it's still bearish. That's a 3 falling peaks pattern, but really caught no asks after the bearish breakdown. So commodities are recovering. They've been recovering, man. Okay, so let's get into these requests, and then I'll just Meta was first, I think. All right, here's your Meta. Your Meta that has tested the supply line today and failed. It has not broken it yet. It could, just not today, Junior. Not today. So after collapsing and losing about 88% of your value from the previous low, from that low from December 2018 to the high, pretty much an 886. So you're not off base by being like, hey man, that might be an area where a reaction occurs and some sort of bear market rally happens. Sure, it started, but no breakout yet. But you are on the cusp. So breakout watch on Meta on Facebook. If you break this, I'm thinking 195. It's a very key level from January 2018, April 2019. It's been a support before December 2019. And then recently, June, it's been a resistance. So if you break the supply line, that's where you're going. If you ever broke that, it'd be 218, another massive inflection point from history. So one at a time. I mean, kind of reminds me of PayPal a little bit, right? But PayPal broke out and then it hit its targets. This one hasn't broken out yet. While you can see where the index funds are like, oh my God, man, they're up a lot in a very short period of time. So there's your Meta breakout watch, but not yet, man. There you go, dude. Let's go to Bitcoin. 1 minute, 20 seconds till your close, where this pesky December of 2020 level cannot be conquered. It can't be, man. It is evidently a steel wall. But the good news is, I guess 22,500 has also been a steel wall of support. So you are just stuck in a glass case of emotion here on Bitcoin. You broke the level just to hit the first level, that first profit taking level of the trade setup posted July 14th. And that was it. Literally it, dude. You're down about $1,000 from your highs. $30 seconds and change till the close, and that's why we're here, man. We're here for the daily close. What's the daily going to look like? A very, very unfortunate candle. Oh my God. I don't know, man. That's as disappointing as it gets, man. I guess I'm happy it didn't bearishly engulf. It didn't go down and close at $23,000. But dang, dude, that's not inability to break anything. You haven't broken crap, man. All right, Jesus chimes. Indecision, man. Complete rejection from the highs. Hard to say this is much anything, right? Is it a shooting star? Hard to say. It's a really small body, right? So it's not the ugliest, but close to
When do I buy up all the pipe weed farms in the Shire? Eper.
Samwise, well, you got inflation going insane in the Shire right now, don't you? So, I mean, like, the best time to do that was last year or 2 years ago or the year before. Since there is no Sauron with population control, the hobbits have been breeding like rabbits. Or something. Thank you, Samwise. All right, that was your daily close on Bitcoin. Not what you were looking for. Ethereum. Highest daily candle close since May 31st. Highest daily candle close of the entire rally. From the bottom where Ethereum saw $880. And now it's at $1883. Wow, up over $1,000 from the low. And still really strong. And I figured you were going to see 1972. Thanks, Bitcoin, for ruining the party. Maybe it still does, in spite of Bitcoin, because I mean, this thing is obviously driving the market more than Bitcoin, right? Good God. But yeah, the outperformer continues to outperform, nearing that next level. Ethereum to Bitcoin. Look at this, highest daily candle close, right? It broke out technically too. You have broken a level, a high from September 2017, where most of the time, I mean, you know, You'd be going to 8.5 million sats after this. This is also breaking a supply line locally. Look at this. I mean, my God. It reminds me of Bitcoin back in 2019. It would just, upsloping consolidation just breaks out. I mean, your next target, 8.2 million sats. The high from May 16th, 2021. That's it. That's very well where you're headed next. There's no bearish edge right now. Not really. What an outperformer. The King, man. Here's your total on the daily close. Really no big deal, man. You're still above 1.1 trillion. July 30th high. You're technically still above even August 8th high. I mean, this one, like, Bitcoin sucks, you know, but because of Ethereum. Like, you're above all the previous highs. You made the highest high yesterday, and you're still somehow above all the previous highs before this highest high, right? That's crazy. So, and this thing could sell off as long as it makes a higher low than 1.06 trillion. The uptrend will continue and not be put in jeopardy at all. Just disappointing that Bitcoin has to be like itself, right? Let's go to Apple now, the next request for Rob, which is the S&P pretty much. Yeah, full reset. It's a monster, isn't it? But that right there, that is a dark cloud cover bearish reversal. That is dark cloud cover. That's confirmed. That cannot be denied. That has pierced through 50% of the previous candle's body. It also gapped and opened above the previous candle's close. This is textbook. If you need me to pull it up because you don't believe me, fine. There it is, right? The green candle, you open high, you pierce through the 50% mark, you close at or below, fine, it's valid. Dark cloud cover on Apple. We're at 786, close to 786, right? From the high to the low, it is a 786. It's right, it's happening right at the 786. So is this a bearish cipher of sorts? Maybe. Yeah, I guess yeah, I mean, this would make sense. A reversal here would make more sense to the 886 because you have a swing low, December 2021,
hey Mitch,
multiple times.
BTC just test and close above its previous highest recent daily close?
I don't know, we can look, thanks sake. But Apple right here, these two lows, this high from March of this year, right? Also kind of a test April of this year. This is where you're painting this Japanese candlestick bearish reversal. So it also would be the pattern completion zone of a bearish cipher. Textbook bearish cipher. Right there. So you gotta say, though, it could continue up a little bit more, right? No problem. Because 886 or something. This is certainly not an area where anyone ever wants to take a fresh long. When you're staring at all those things, right? Where you are, inflection point of sorts, deep retrace in a downtrend, and the dark cloud cover. It's kind of like going long on something like that. It's kind of crazy, dude. Kind of insane. Well, the market could remain irrational long. You can stay solvent. It hits the 886, and then whatever, you know. But I don't think this takes out its previous high of 180. But man, you know, I could certainly be wrong here. Just think you made the wave structure, right? It's the lower low on C, right? You're in the downtrend. It's just full resetting right now. Just gotta be careful. Okay, let's go to SENS. SENS. What is this? This is a Seasonics? No, Synsonics. What is some out of here? Well, I guess above that 127 area, you're okay. Man, it just fell below it, right? Did it ever correlate? Didn't really back test it very well, did it? Little zone there. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, so I guess when you got back above 135, you just started running. Still in a downtrend, but and there you go. 886 probably happened too, or maybe a 786. From the low to the high, 886, right? Look where the reaction. Look where all this price action and the reversal occurred in 886. We were just talking about that on Apple, right? I mean, 786. Maybe it goes up one more fib node, but you know, your downside or upside, whatever way you're looking at it, becomes very limited when an asset loses 88% of its value or gains 88% of its value from its previous high to low. So if you're asking me about this, what was it? Can we just look at it? Sure, we can look at it. And historical price action, I mean, you've got a couple of places where it stalls out and stuff, but normally it's between 135 and 330, 350. I mean, it's just right at this 200-day moving average. Certainly not an area to be taking a fresh long. It's a random area, dude. It's like nowhere strategic, right? The closer you are to 130, 135, the closer you are to a strategic entry level. The further away you are from it, the more gambly it is and how much more difficult or impossible it is to set up a stop loss that is strategic to a critical level from history, right? So you're in coin flip territory where you can see most of the time it's up and down. Sometimes it stalls and before going higher or whatever, but well off the lowest risk area. UNFI. Okay. Is there a chart? Maybe I'll look at Binance because maybe more data. I don't know. Oh, I've been here before. Well, here you go, man. The levels are all here. But we've been here before. Someone's requested this. And I at one point, you know, you had broken 560 and you went straight to the next level and of course exceeded it because it's a scam coin. But you came straight back down and look what happened when you sold off. You held this level. This isn't me making it up. This is here, right? January 2021, right? Summer of 2021. You back tested it and held it as support. Accumulation, you kept testing it, higher lows locally. And now you're rallying, and you'll probably see 1434 to 1544 because it's all about the levels, right? Up and down. So with all that being said, is it an actionable area for a long? No. Actionable area for a long might have been around 550 holding, but you're not requesting it then. You're only requesting it now because yesterday it had a pretty insane candle. It was up like 30% yesterday. So people are only going to request stuff like this after. But if you were requesting it when it was at this key level, after that pump and dump or whatever, but if it starts showing this and I look at it, I'm like, dang, man, this actually might be, this is low risk. You could set a stop loss just slightly below 498, the area we know is real, and let it ride to 1434 or 1544. But you're no longer there. You're so far away that there's no strategy involved with longing right now. It'd be gambling completely. Okay, yeah, UNFI could go to the next level from here, you'd think. IIPR for Samwise. I have no memory of this place. What the weekly? You know, where you are, I mean, like, I'd be waiting for 70 bucks on this. Yeah, you fell below the high on the weekly from February 2020. I don't think you're deep enough either. And 886 is going to be probably that level. I mean, like, that's probably going to be confluent. It is, right? The 886 is confluent with the next, like, support from October 2019, March 2019, April 2020, May 2020. That's the spot. You're a fib node away from where you want to be, right? Let the price come to you. That's playing the market. When you take longs where the price is on the chart, that's you getting played by the market. So waiting for 70 bucks or 68 bucks would probably be extremely prudent here, because you think about what is also being plotted or being painted right now, potentially. Shark? Certainly a shark, dude. So why not just wait, man? Wait on IIPR for a key inflection point and 886 pattern completion zone of the shark. It just relax, man. Cannabis grow ops company. Oh yeah, definitely wait for the 886 then, right? One would want to. Okay, there you go, man. Samwise. On the new day, Bitcoin's at its lows, 23,830. As remember, just yesterday, hours ago, it hit a high of 24,922. The whipsawing continues. Yikes. Go ahead, Bitcoin, because Ed was talking about, didn't Bitcoin just test and close above its previous highest recent daily close? It certainly did, but the candle is kind of concerning. I mean, that's almost shooting star stuff. You're below it now, aren't you? So great on failed breakout. Now you're somewhat reversing, at least to start the new day with Asia week. I mean, again, dude, you're completely fine, I think, until this bullish engulfing candle bamboozle is invalidated. I think Bitcoin's literally fine until you fall below 23,160 on the daily with a close. That's the big, we might be screwed if that happens. But yeah, really disappointing candle that makes you definitely have a little bit more reservations than you might have had earlier today when it wasn't looking anything like that. Oh, excuse me. Need a little bit more data here, but that candle is not really good. Sellers just saying, nope, still far too much supply. Ladies and gentlemen, too much supply to breach this. Not enough demand yet. So we'll see how the bearish divergence in the 4-hour performs. Just make a higher low and all will be well. That's it. Yes, OneUpCoin's working fine. Someone tipped crypto earlier. Yeah, Anonymous tipped for SENS. But that was the only person who tipped today with crypto. I see that you just sent it, but it takes a minute, I think, to come in. So what happens, chat? Do we go right back down to 22.5 again? Because up, down, that's all we do. Or we just pivot, make a higher low, and then run later. At least we know gold, bearish as F right now. Short term, oh yeah, reversal coming on gold. High probability based on the 4-hour and the daily at the same time. Gold and silver down next, not up. That's cool. And there's no doubt about it, right? Someone's like, hey man, Bitcoin was looking all right. Now it's back below the resistance, man. That daily candle looking real ugly. Oh boy, gotta ask questions. $23,789 pretty much lows the day right there again, as all crypto sells off except WRX and ZRX maybe. Now I'm waiting for this. Someone had sent a crypto and it's just not coming in, but I think I saw it. I received it. It's just hello. There's a delay. Total completely fine, but yes, a little bit of bearish divergence here on the RSI. All right, let's just see if it can just be very crap performance. Pivot, make a higher low and pivot, and then rally. Stay above the heart line, all will be well. Here it is.
Loving your streams. Can you please chart Unilayer layer/USDT on KuCoin? 0.00802940 ETH.
Do it. Thank you, dude. Layer right now. KuCoin, yep. Super illiquid. Oh my god, I would never want to touch this. This looks like OMG coin kinda. This looks like Tezos a little bit. So I take it all-time lows. Oh my god, dude. You know, so it's over, dude. Like it went up, pretty much went to the high. You know, like the level. Candle close right there. Yeah, I mean that's it, dude. Like it kept showing accumulation, higher lows, got back above 5.7 cents, the old lowest low from May 12th, and then from there it just accelerated and went straight up to the next level. So that's it. Now you're in this middle of a zone kind of where it's the most gambly spot you could ever take a long, like a fresh long. It's like flip your coin, it goes down to 5.7 cents. Flip your coin, it goes back up to 8.5 cents. No strategy involved here. You can't do anything on this at this level. It's tough. The closer you are to 5.7 cents, the lower the risk is for a potential long. The closer you are to 8.59 cents, the higher the risk is for a long. Or maybe the lower the risk is for a short. But after this, it's like, oh god. Okay, that's kind of it, man. If you're up 60% on this, it's always a great time to take profit. But the time to be taking profit, don't you agree? This would have been the best, most optimum area to take profit. Where it hit yesterday. It literally hit that profit taking level. And then look, market participants took profit, didn't they? They did. So at this point, it's like, I mean, that if you would have asked me this yesterday or 3 days ago, same thing. Like, this is the top of the range, clearly. That was the first high, and you had a second high, and you correlated with a scam there. That would have probably been like, that's where you go. Like, if it really is holding above 5.7, you could be going there soon, and it happened, and now you're down from that high, from the highest point, you're down 20%. So it's tough, man. But if you're up 60% on position, man, on an S coin like this, wow, dude, congratulations on your yield. That's beautiful, dude. Just go check out Ethereum on the new day. It's pulled back some, but still better than Bitcoin lately. You just got to think, man. Now I feel like I have to sneeze. Not because I'm sick, but I sneeze because we didn't see 1972. Nor did we even see 1950. We saw 1946. So I figure, like, eyes on the prize. I think it will see that in time if Bitcoin just makes wherever this thing, Bitcoin's selling off, right? Wherever it stops, wherever it pivots and starts rallying again, as long as it's higher than $22,850, we're golden, dude. We're solid, and Ethereum's gonna see 1972, maybe even 2050. Yeah, you're so close, but dang, man. Remember, this asset from its bottom up it's over doubled. From its low to its high, it's up 120% in 54 days. And you got that close to the next level. That's insane. You were literally 1.4% off the next level. Not even really showing bearish divergence like Bitcoin did. It's crazy, man. Okay, so that was like last request. Been live hour 20 minutes, sick as F. So I'm just gonna get out of y'all's hair and live to fight another day. But man, I'll just say, right, the highlight of this stream, in my opinion, was really just like,
I need stop limit help. What point do you set? Like 3% under support? Example SHIB Plaza.
So we'll look at Shiba. Let me just finish the thought on Bitcoin and stuff, right? It all started on a fateful July 14th day, right? I was bearish. I was truly bearish on the 13th and the 12th. I was. You go to the streams and watch. But then you can see the new data presenting itself, the bullish back tests of old levels as support. You can see me go from bear to bull in just a couple streams. It's crazy, right? So that was that day, and it was also identified the rising three methods that has ushered in a rally from when that pattern was painted and confirmed. Bitcoin is up 22.58% in 28 days. So it's such a special day today because, yeah, it sucks for Bitcoin that it pulled back. At the same time, for us that saw that bearish, false bearish breakdown, and then the day that it happened, where we got back above it, the trade setup was posted, right? And it finally today hit the first profit taking level. It may never hit the second and third. May not ever. But you can't take it away from us, man. You cannot take away the idea, right? The accumulation idea. The bears tried thrice and they failed thrice after crashing. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, we'll look at Shiba real quick. Yeah, really, really tough, man. Like, this is, you're talking about struggling, man. Really, really stalling out here on Shiba. Kind of tough, the macro. No breakout really yet, right? I mean, your neckline, I think, is around 1297, 1300. You're above that wick from May of 2021. And I mean, I'm just thinking, like, at this point, the problem is this thing could go down and hit 1100, make a higher low than your July 26th low, and pivot and run again, man. That's your issue. You're so far off a strategic level now.
Elliott Wave, Ocean Wave, on the daily or weekly for AVAX.
Bryce, I don't ever do Elliott Wave, nor do I invest in learning it, really. It's not part of my system, but we did look at AVAX early in the stream. Did you see that? It looked very bearish, like a reversal was coming, at least for the short term, based on a few things. Not like massive, it's all over, but maybe a pullback, You didn't see it? No, you just rewind, man. It's so until you can break out, man, you haven't yet. And there's a lot of downside potential. And or the downside potential is you could still do something like that, and like, you know, later that could still be bullish when you hit 1,070. That's the problem. You know, you've had the run off the inflection point, but at this point, maybe, I mean, protecting yourself below this one little swing low from August 9th of 1176, but you know, then you're just risking getting stopped out, and then it's selling off a little more, and then pivoting and rallying. You know, that's kind of my issue. You've kind of gotten pretty far away from the old high. But yeah, this high right here, you could start trying to play this one if you wanted. Todd, man, the May 27 scam wick that you're slightly above, or just maybe the swing low, the recent swing lows, you know, the August 2nd, August 9th ones. You just, you know, cut it off there. That's pretty tight. But going back to AVX, just because you requested it.
Mitch, do mind looking at Uniswap? Short up.
We'll look JG Wentworth. Right, this is why. All right, I don't know about Elliott wave or anything, but I do see the previous low from May 12th being tested right now. Bearish divergence. Once you break that, then I would think that you could be working on a wave down. Right, it is implied. It's being implied that a reversal would be coming here, or at least close. Good price action. Down, up, down, up, down. A lot of that. I mean, I think if you break this 28 buck level, you could be going down to 25.50 from here. So I'm just saying, what a run. The bulls attempted once. Just kidding, they attempted twice. This is a very, very nice channel. Very well respected. Have an alert set up on AVX below 28.23 or something, right? Uniswap. The unicorns, dude. Stair stepping up, isn't it? Non-stop, my God. Daily Broke out. Well, no, you haven't even. You tried. My God, you were so close. It's like you did, but did you? That just divergence kind of continues here on the daily. Right, you can just see it. It's like Class A and then to Class C divergence. But you're above that high from September 2020. I think it's like when you fall below that for real, that's when you head on down to $7. And then 450 after that. So it's kind of tough here, man. You bullishly engulfed a couple days ago, and that's still valid. And you made a higher low locally. It reminds me of Matic. It's to take a short here. It's kind of tough, man. Did you even make an 886? Not yet. You're still the 618. I mean, the lower risk probably for shorts is going to be maybe at 1140. If you can get to an 886, that might be like the best, right? It'd be a big W at the value areas. And it really all depends, you know, on what Bitcoin's going to do. Like, Bitcoin's still fine, right? Total, Ethereum, they're all still fine until they start making lower lows than their previous lows on the 4 hour, right? They're all good. So if they're all good, you know, and even if they pull back some more, you know, might pull back a little more, but it's not going to be a significant sell off yet. And you think you're okay, and then Bitcoin pivots and rallies, and then what? You know, what if Ethereum needs to go see 1972, 2050? It's gonna be really tough for Uni to actually roll over from here, you know. But I get where you are. You're very, very close to that supply line. But dang, man, you are technically above that key level from September 2020, not below it. You're above it. And again, you still have, look, you broke out yesterday, right? You officially broke out yesterday, and you're still out. So kind of hard to be like, yeah, let's go short right now. I don't think that's quite prudent on the bullish breakout confirmed yesterday. Sorry, man. And Ethereum's great, man. What's up, McChan? McChan, am I reading your mind here? Did you just say Hex. Hex, baby, 6.1 cents. Well, wait a second. I thought it was 5.6 and then 6.1. Now both of those targets forever have been achieved. Now, if you break 6.1 cents, which you haven't yet, but if you do, you got to understand upside takes you to 8.3, 8.4 cents, McChan. Okay? That's it. Kind of crazy, right? I would think so anyway. Man, and it's like a confirmed double bottom breakout too. That's what's kind of amazing about it, you know? Let's see if we get I mean, it's just the harmonic. It's the harmonic, man. It's like, if you don't believe in M shapes, what would make you believe it? This was identified and had not done anything yet, right? It was just it's like, hey man, this is a pretty good looking structure right here. You know, it's an actual bullish arc, and look what it's done. We're talking it wasn't off by a little bit. Oh, but it was close, man. No, it was like legit perfect 886. Back tested 3.1, and I mean, I'm talking like from the pattern completion zone itself to it is up 101% from the PCZ of the shark, right? Crazy, or literally TA being respected like the Jesus, man. Double up, man. There you go, Hex. You know, Bitcoin is, what if it pivots right here and just rallies, man? You can't, it's tough to be like going short because nothing's changed, man. Just because you pulled back here doesn't mean anything for what's been happening. The midterm uptrend is still intact. It's not in jeopardy yet. Candles just can't go literally straight up. Sometimes they pull back a little bit. What's up, T-Bone?
Can you look at NVTA opened up a long position today? Long.
Lol, indeed. Oh my god, I know you're kidding, right? Most degen chart maybe in history. You opened a long today. It depends on when you opened the long. You could be rich, you could be homeless. Because this thing's down 47.74% today. Yeah, if you opened a long today, you're ruined. You could be ruined. Because yesterday was the day, right? Yesterday was the crazy day. If you opened a long, it gapped down, right? It closed yesterday at 866. So that means pre-market, it lost 23% of its value. And then throughout the day, it then ended up losing 47% of its value total. So now this is kind of interesting, all right? Maybe you're talking about end of day, you opened a long, right? Okay, I'm more empathetic to that because even if you're a scalper, it's not a swing trade of any sort, but my God, man, you're talking about taking a chance right here, this low from March 2018, 438. Look what happened. You closed, you had 2 4-hour candles that tested it. Good luck, dude. Good luck at the casino. But this, you know, you're playing blackjack or something. Okay, good luck on your casino. See if we catch some bids off that. Hopefully your target is 567, because, right, the next levels. There you go, T-Bone. Below that, you're out. Done, son. Don't you be daring thinking about anything lower than that, man. That's it, dude. Good luck. Like the dealers would do. Okay.
We are really talking about humanism.
It's crazy, man. It's like the pressure in my ears is like I'm not moving, but I keep having to pop my ears. It's weird. All right, I'm starting to feel like crap more again, so I'm just gonna like get out of here. Just bear with me the next few days as I try to recover from this crap. And yeah, thanks for coming out and watching. What a day to rejoice for the people that were around since the 14th of July, right? That's a momentous, whatever. And you know, I appreciate the support, the love, the likes, everything in between. And I'll just be back hopefully tomorrow. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.
We are really talking about humanism.